Hey there, it's Cheryl with juicinggardener.com, and I have got probably the most important video that I've ever done for you today. And it's in my series about the mistakes that new gardeners make, actually regular gardeners, experienced gardeners make as well. And today is on what happens if you neglect your garden. I've got 7 things that I could think of. I'm sure there's a lot more, but 7 things that happen because they've all most of them have happened to me. When you neglect your garden. This week I was doing taxes and it was raining, so I thought the plants were getting watered okay, and I kind of neglected my garden for a few days, and look what happened. Okay, the first thing is, look at this pepper plant here. Let's see if I hope I have my camera focused properly. This pepper plant here has got so many peppers on it, it was laying down completely on its side, almost ready to snap off. And I've just come out here and I've staked it up. So the first thing that can happen is your plants will fall over. Same thing with this one. In the big rain, I lost 2 precious peppers. These are my first big red bell peppers, or they're going to be red in about 10 days. But they fell off and they died because of the rain, and one of the branches snapped off. Here's another one. Just came up for this one today. Look at that. This one has some good tomatoes on it still that haven't even ripened, and it snapped right there. Can you see that? And it's all hanging down. So I'm going to stake it up when we're finished here. Same thing over here. Look at that one. See, it snapped right there at the neck. And it's just filled with tomatoes still. And then I had one more. Oh, I just stepped on a tomato. This one right here, if you can see, that one is laying on its side. That one's laying on its side. So it needs to be staked up like that. And that was mostly not the rain, but it was just my staking wasn't that good on this plant. So that's the first thing that can happen. Second thing that can happen is diseases can take over. Okay, look down here. I'm going to switch I have this new camera to close-up mode here so you can see. See all that diseased leaves right there? Right there. That's just one plant. And literally 4 or 5 days ago, where's another one? I didn't have any diseases on the plants. I'm really good at picking them off and keeping them cleaned up. So you want to make sure and catch it early, because those tomato leaves down there that are yellowed and have little disease on them, I haven't learned all my diseases yet. I don't know if that's blight or if it's some, what it is, but you want to pick the leaves off. Like right now, I'll actually go in and pick off the lower ones and throw them out. Don't put them in the compost pile. I can't do it that well when I video. But anyway, that's what can happen. And so if you aren't on it with your garden, checking it every day, they can take over really fast. Third thing that can happen, besides your plants falling over and getting diseases, is the bugs can take over. Now, I can't show you today. I'm in the lower garden. I have an upper garden there that I have all my greens and kale in, and I got wiped out with green caterpillar, cabbage worms. Oh, like overnight, 3 trays of kale got wiped out. And if I had, and I luckily, I had been out and I was picking them off and trying, and I did save the kale, but if I hadn't been out there, if I hadn't been neglecting it, I would have come out to just little stems with no leaves at all. So insects can take over, diseases can take over. They'll be dry. Like I came out here today and most of my plants were bone dry. And when you don't water for a few days, sometimes the soil gets really hard. Like it was like cement on top. And when I watered, the water just ran down the sides. It didn't go in the plant. So I've had to fluff it up. Like here's an example. This one is just like cement. And it's only been about 3 days since it rained. So I have to go in and kind of fluff it up because the water just literally comes right down the sides and then come out the bottom, the holes on the bottom. So your plants will die of thirst. And then also they'll die of hunger if you neglect your plants. I'm using several different fertilizers. I'm using all vegan fertilizers because I live with a vegan and we don't use any animal products. So it's a little bit more challenging to do your garden with vegan fertilizers. But if you don't feed them, they're little entities. They're little babies. They're like humans. They need to eat every day. And people think that the soil is going to give the plants all they need, but it won't. We feed ourselves every day. We water ourselves every day. Especially in container gardens, they're not near as forgiving as having your plants out in the earth where they can gain more nutrients and water. So let's see, I'm going to look on my list here. We got pests. Oh, critters will eat your plants. Now I'm fenced in here because we have a lot of deer, but the deer haven't come in yet, but the bunnies do. Even though we have a good-sized fence grid there, the baby bunnies come in. The big ones can't, but the little ones can. So, you know, if you patch up holes in your garden, if you see that some critters are attacking, they'll come in and eat the zucchinis. We've got 2 big zucchinis left right here. And I'll come in and I'll be watching one every day and be so excited, and then I'll come out and then half the thing has been eaten by a rabbit. You know, so you want to be, you know, paying attention because you can correct the problems as they go. So I think we covered all of them. Your plants will fall over. Pests can get to your plants. Bugs, worms, critters will eat your plants. Oh, and weeds will take over too. I'm really fastidious with doing my weeds, but you know, you don't want to have them, especially in container gardens. You want to keep them nice and clean and weeded as best as you can. So then you've got your nutrients and your water. So those are the 7 things that happen when you neglect your garden. And I hope this helps you, and you know, that you can really stay getting out in your garden every day, even if it's just for 10 minutes. You want to do a quick scan. You want to look to see, are they hungry? Are they thirsty? Are the bugs taking over? Are they falling over? Have the animals been in? And are the weeds taking over? So let's not neglect our gardens together. Let's be conscious gardeners and get out there and take care of them. So I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what your what else, if I missed anything about when you neglect your garden. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of these, if you're guilty of any of them, and some of your solutions that you have. So anyway, thanks so much for being with me. Oh, and make sure you join over at juicinggardener.com. Sign up to get the email notifications whenever I put up a new video, and join the YouTube channel. Click subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.